by Duke defensively. This is where I like Carroll.
The big screen up top.
Keels, strong drive for that kid. Got the soft touch, too.
Went at it for Carolina. Caleb Love.
Styles off. Dio John has just been terrific early here. Little stack set here. The curl. Keels.
Yeah, flips it right to the rim and in.
The great awareness.
He's got a hot hand.
He's got that pull-up ability. Stop. Go full tilt. Stop and drill.
Davis with 10 points.
Carroll wants to take his guy. Love that spin.
Goes to Keels instead. Stop, and yes.
Almost the exact move.
Manic. To Arm and stolen. Again, Moore is the one this time who jumps in the passing lane and Keels. Oh, somehow that goes.
And he early started to see the ball go through the hoop by attacking in that first half, and now he's going. It's a long night here for these Blue Devils.
Largest lead for North Carolina. Ball tap somehow out to Keels. That could have very easily been going the other.
Watch your delay.
Love again. Moore to Keels. Pretty right to the basket.
How about the way you avoid it? Look at the speed here.
Roach.
Oh, what are you doing?
But Keels, his old high school teammate, follows up. Only manages 1 of 2. Moore.
Taking the speed here.
Doubled up. Keels to Carroll. Keels. Gives Duke the lead by 1.
Arkansas's playbook. On any drive by Note, 5 guys are in the paint. Active hands. They gotta find the shooters.
Keels. Weaving through traffic. Nice move.
And
Chris likes.
And he'll put you on your heels. Take you to stool. Tough shot, though.
He was looking for a call. Wasn't there.
Almost got a bump there.
Moore to Keels. And the Blue Devils go up.
Going here.
Yeah, they got to go, and you got to hit the offensive glass, too.
Likes. Look at that rebound.
A new landlord. Whew.
Duke with 4 seconds. To Keels with the 3. Knocks it down at the buzzer. Dagger. Early.
And I didn't see the foul there from that angle.
2 fouls on the night from Note.
Having trouble getting it in.
Oh, watch out. Note's right there. Roach somehow able to get his hands on it. Going a wide receiver and a defensive back.
There's that
the combine going after it.
I'm sorry, Jim. The first time they ran the elevator play, but well diagnosed.
Keels got the soft roll.
And you notice Keels.
Spartans have missed their last 8 shots. Scoreless for 4.5.
Duke does a great job spreading you. You got to cover a lot of areas on the floor. This is a driver. He is so strong.
Oh. Been hard to transition in a lot of ways, not as easy as he thought it would be. It's Keels misses the short shot, gets the putback. Yeah, Gabe Brown with 18. High scorer in the game.
And Carroll time, I think. On the drive, though, post up. Reds are pretty much taken over.
Keels. Bingham almost got to it.
Automatic switching can be dangerous. Roach may have the matchup he wants. He's got Gabe Brown.
Keels. Is it? Carroll. Keels can tie him right here. Does! How about that? What a shot. Titans looking for something.
What a defensive set that was. The attack. What a driver this kid is. Keels. Strength. Oh, my goodness. They are a pleasure to watch.
That'll be a fun matchup game, too.
Sure will test. Biggest concern, we think, is the physicality, maybe, of Michigan State.
Not as physical as they always are, though. As Keels with a nice move. Family's been pretty good to Duke, huh? Duke's been good to them.
Yep, no question about it.
Sister Elizabeth, National Player of the Year in 2015. Aaron and Carroll.
Nice cut by Keels. Another look. And a bounce.
These teams are both locked in. And just great movement off the ball to set themselves up for shots.
Keels gets to the bucket and lays it in. Wong lost it, got it back. A couple of tips, but nothing doing.
Miller was right there for the tip in.
Keels lays it in. Duke by 4. Moore to Banchero. He'll try a three. Mark Williams on the offensive glass. Trevor Keels for three.
Best time to shoot a three. Teardrop. Duke playing way off of Torrance.
Nobody picks up Keels. And another offensive rebound for Williams. Another good look for Keels. And Duke has knocked down three who made a mistake at an inopportune moment.
Yeah, it's not a question of his character. It's just the character of the action in the moment. And it was a reaction to physicality in the game. And it was the wrong reaction. The league took a stance on it, and that's going to be precedent going forward.
That's a goaltend. Count the bucket.
And Mark Williams got caught a little bit in the middle when that shot missed. Anselm was right there.
1-point game, 11 and a half minutes in. Now back to 3.
Glass. And he's got a great feel for how to play.
As you said yesterday, about 25 years from now, he's going to be first pick of the YMCA, isn't he? When they divvy up teams, his moves will all play forever. Swider guarding Keels. Again, Swider with 3. Keels goes by him.
Smart play for Syracuse. Can make a perimeter shot.
Boeheim. Tipped. Down to Banchero. Keels in transition to lay it in. If Carolina will be either the 3 seed or the 4 seed in the ACC tournament, depending on the result here tonight. Keels into the paint, scoops it up and in.
Talking about, Dan, those middle third ball screens set by Armando Bacot, because they're so worried about the roll. If Mark Williams doesn't help on the ball, then Bacot rolls to the back. Or if he helps on the ball, Bacot rolls to the basket. If he doesn't, continue to attack Brady Manick or try to look into the post and go against Armando Bacot. And then if they kick it out, you got an open 3. Good for you.
Open 3. Keels. Yes. Army. He might wind up first team All ACC. If not, you think definitely second team. Banchero with the offensive rebound.
That inside position, they were looking to go high-low, and got to take on Bacot here. He's saying, get out of the way. Good help by R.J. Davis.
That leaves Keels open, though, and he drills it.
On the Pitt side, John Hughley wearing the number 23, 6'9", 280. Tracks a lot of fouls. He goes to the line a lot. Although Pitt coming in at 11 and 18. Here's Keels way downtown. He's going to bury that.
Factor for them.
Williams got up with a block.
And the Zoo wants a goaltending on that one. Be interesting to see if that got on the glass first, but no call on four. But going up against ACC's leading shot blocker, Mark Williams getting the benefit of the doubt.
And a finalist for National Defensive Player of the Year, leading the ACC in blocks. He's in the top 10 nationally. From the corner, and Keels staying hot.
Satisfied every factor possible along the coaching line.
Goes fires, it won't drop. Rebound tipped. Keels flips it up and drops it in. He's off to a really quick start. 6'10" grad out of Staten Island, New York. As Coach K was talking about him during the Duke workout today on this floor, and he said he is absolutely going to the NBA.
Yeah, he believes it. I believe that he's an NBA player, a classic 3-and-D guy. As Trevor Keels, it's a matchup he's been looking forward to as well.
You know that. Keels and Banchero, by the way, have scored 22 of the 29. And adding to that, one of the best shooters in the country. And the confidence he's growing makes Duke even more dangerous come NCAA tournament.
And more versatile. And when you think about, I mean, they can play in so many different ways as Trevor Keels has gotten it going. And again, that's really where they've been different. They've been better on the road this season than they have at home, and that's probably the easiest bucket. Trevor Keels' foot across his body to square the shoulders and finish it off. And again, at 6'10", 250, I mean, you know, there are guards that can't do that. And you're talking about with that type of size, and you see his ability to handle the basketball. Duke may be the only team in the ACC running 4 or 5 pick and rolls with he and Williams.
Well, guess who's showing up in the second?
And when you think about that possession alone against the usual defender, Hughley would get contact. But because Mark Williams is such a great shot blocker, he doesn't have to contact, and he can try to meet him up top. Speaking of,
we're negative.
oh, they're all negative. It's all negative. It's never positive when I talk about him.
You two are great friends.
Oh,
by now, we should know
brother.
that.
That's my brother, no question about it. My other brother, Grant Hill, name drop or shout out, whichever you call it. Now Keels is though. Oh, okay, Trevor.
Again, as Buddy is on target. Under 4 minutes to go. Duke 48, Syracuse 23.
And it's too often we've seen for Syracuse this season, Buddy has been all of the offense for the Orange in this game.
Family members here from California and Hawaii watching him as well.
Yeah, 21. Had a chance to meet him yesterday after practice. Really nice people, and they couldn't be prouder of Kihei.
Keels down.
Chipping Joanna Gaines while I'm there. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm getting the chocolate cake at their restaurant. It's so good. A long three.
In the penetration, and there was a little fade screen set by Jaden Gardner. And good poise by Beekman. He had the shot right away, but put it on the deck.
Keels over Franklin, and Gardner. Assertive move, but John was there to swat it away.
Theo John was one of the top shot blockers in the Big East when he was at Marquette.
Step back, Keels.
Wow.
Tough shot.
Got a switch.
And now Duke comes up with a turnover. Keels lays it in.
Floater is good. Florida State ties it up. 5 points for Wyatt Wilkes.
Duke playing on top of the defense instead of playing inside out.
Keels connects from 17 feet.
And then you got Keels.
Caro back in with the 2 fouls, tied up. Keels, shot fake for 3. Connects. Wilkes lost it. Roach to Keels. The high school teammates combine for an and 1. That was a nice feed from Justin Linder. 8 points for Cameron Fletcher. Shot clock at 4. Keels for 3. Yes.
Corral the rebound.
This is where Duke needs to have a very mature offensive possession. They got to move the ball, get a couple of sides.
Trevor Keels for 3.
Or Trevor.
Against the Blue Devils. Yeah, and when we spoke with Coach K the other day, fatigued. They're playing 4 games in 8 days. They didn't get into really late after their last game, and it was a tough game. So I think over one of the top defenders in the nation, Mark Williams. Yeah, leads the ACC, close to 4 blocks a game. That's great use again by the body by James Karnick, getting right into his chest and then getting that jump hook off. Trevor Keels. Good ball fake by Ashton Langford. Keels. Oh, he'll counter punch. Caro with his 8th double-double of the season, trying to build on it. And the tip-in. Diving in the lane like that. That time he finished for himself. He also has set his teammates up for some quality looks. I think on the other end, I'm looking to see the adjustment Boston College makes out of man-to-man. Do they leave Bancaro one-on-one in the post?
Caro on DeMar Langford. The three by Keels is good.
Kicked it out, look for the refeed as Moore drives and fades. Keels goes up through traffic. John tries for a tip in, and a fourth try is good for of the game.
You think toughness was discussed in the halftime locker room? Brad Brown now wanted goaltending. Basket interference.
They get nothing. John was waiting to see if anybody would.
Third, beautifully executed by Clemson.
It's the crowd back into it in a 9-point game and an immediate
NCAA tournament, including Duke at a 2, Wake at a 7, Notre Dame at a 10, and then the last 4 in would be Miami and North Carolina.
Keels had almost receiving under consideration merit, and Notre Dame sitting in sole possession of first place after a little bit of a nail-biter last night against Louisville. Oh.
The other way. I'm so impressed with Duke off the bounce. And he might be the most improved player in the ACC.
Upping his averages by 11 points and 4 rebounds to come into play today. 15 and 6 in 30 minutes a game. And he's primarily guarded Banchero today. You'll look at the final stats for Banchero, scoring total anyhow, as Keels has. Banchero popping off of a couple of screens.
He's on the floor for Clemson. But Clemson just didn't make enough shots. And it's easy to think that that's just the only answer, but Duke just overpowered them in the paint. They started the game aggressive up the line defensively, and they punished Clemson inside.
Clemson normally a much better three-point shooting team.
Great pass to Gardner, gets his man in the air and scores. Clark made that play, and Gardner finished it. Gardner with 15. Absolutely. You're talking about a young man who made the biggest play in UVA basketball history against Purdue. And right now, Kihei Clark is stepping up and making the Shedrick. And Andrea talked to John Shire. He said we've got to find a way to keep Virginia out of the paint. The last few possessions, Kihei Clark has had his way getting in the paint whenever he chooses. 5 assists now for Clark. Lost it with Beekman on him. Had some deep position. Keels a strong dude. He's
doing it right now, and Duke's pressure is the reason why.
That was one of the things the Carolina staff talked about. They had to get some paint penetration. When they have ball and player movement, they can score on anyone. But Duke has been an exceptional defensive team, leading the ACC in field goal percentage defense and three-point defense.
Well, their defending of the 3 has been excellent.
And the shooting deserves a round of applause from this North Carolina crowd, who appreciate the valiant effort that Brady has turned in tonight to do everything he could to try to keep the Tar Heels in this thing.
That's the first rest he's had while the clock's ticking, isn't it?
It is.
That's a lot of minutes for a big guy to play, for anybody to play.
And he's not just being a standstill shooter. He's had to bang bodies inside in the post, too. From the corner, it is Trevor Keels.
Family illness issues, and that would provide them another versatile defender. But that really shortens the rotation, makes it difficult. I mean, Carolina's really only 7 deep.
As you think back, Jay, it's happened from time to time. As Keels just knocks down another one to add.
Lose, get out of here quick, because the court is going to get stormed. No question about it.
Keels into the paint. Spins around and hits. Well done.
Osborne's going to play tonight.
And Florida State needs Malik Osborne to finish this game more so than start the game. Of course, one of their veterans, and makes big shots for them when they need it.
The opening tip of the ball game goes to the Blue Devils, and we are underway here in Tallahassee. These two teams were supposed to meet twice last year. Neither game happened because of COVID. They haven't met since February of 2020. Trevor Keels gets the Blue Devils on the board with an early three.
He would have definitely loved to have been in and getting engaged with the crowd. Of course, the Blue Devils coming into the building, and you're always going to get the opposing team's best shot when Duke steps into their ring.
These two programs will meet again next month up in Durham. Good look here for Trevor Keels, and he'll bury it. And that's the, they've had some veteran guards over the years. M.J. Walker, Trent Forrest. Now Cleveland turns it over. Keels picked his pocket, shields him off.
Two the other way. Griffin leans in. Off the window, no. The follow.
Duke will switch 1 through 4.
Quavion Smith for 3 off the side rim. And Caro the other way. Keels steps into a 3. Got it. Duke.
Smart. Okay, here's where it's smart, because you know through your scout that Mark Williams is going to gap on that ball screen. He's not coming out to show laterally or to hard heads. You got to pull up and not over penetrate into his shot blocking ability.
Keels through a double team. Oh, like a running back for Texas. There's the bank shot for Quavion Smith.
And I said he wouldn't get in the paint today. I like the changing defense by Kevin Keats to try to change the rhythm a little bit for Duke.
Keels the trailing 3. Yes.
Putting his defender in the ring.
And a steal. Cruising in Keels for 2 more.
Because of the turnovers, and then also Duke had some problems containing dribble drives. Again, that's going to be key for Wake Forest. Can they keep Duke out of the paint and force them in to jumpers?
Here's Griffin. First touch as a starter in a Duke uniform in place of Jeremy Roach tonight. Keels on the drive. Scoop to the hoop, falls. Williams back the other way. Tied at 29. Risky cross-court pass read by Trevor Keels. 4 on 2. Keels a 3. He's got it!
You really can't appreciate how big and physical those guys are. You're right up on them personally.
Griffin and Bancaro have combined for 28 of Duke's 30. Trevor Keels.
For your team, and you can tell they got the message coming into this one on the road.
Right back inside to Trevor. In the last 5 minutes, Duke no made field goals. Alonda's Williams denied at the rim. All the way up ahead to Keels. This Miami defense, Malcolm, has been so impressive.
They've been all over the place. Really, Duke has had no flow, really, in that first half. Credit, though, all goes to Miami. They've been very active in the passing lane, and then on ball screens, they're blitzing and trapping anytime the ball gets to the corner.
Trevor Keels deep 3, and he drills it.
The inside, then out.
Bancaro calling for the ball. Instead, cross court to A.J. Griffin. He can't knock down the 3. Back to Griffin. Kicked out Bancaro. Here's Keels, rises and hits.
Here's a lead and a catch, and Mecca went for the reverse. Duke the other way with Griffin.
With WD, one of the challenges we see that Josh Pastner has is Trevor Keels line, and he has enjoyed coaching this team, but he has been on his guys and trying to get greatness from them each and every time out. You know, it's interesting to see how they'll respond from this COVID pause, but right now it's been a success rate. Didn't necessarily motivate Duke. It's motivated Michael DeVoe. You see his energy level is up, and just like that, this is a 6-point game. It's far from over for Trevor Keels season this year.
The lead 8 with 2.5 to go. Georgia Tech kind of hanging in that zone. Duke can afford to burn some clock here off if they choose. Griffin. Skip out front for Keels. He will launch it and hit.
Wake Forest team trying to get back into the win column here in conference play tonight as we are underway. Duke winning the opening tip.
Virginia Tech starts out in man-to-man. They're a containment man team. Most of their defense is going to be played inside that three-point line, but they're very physical inside that line.
First shot by Keels.
Columbus for that game. Zed Key was fantastic. His interior presence was a big factor.
He has all Duke for, 42 years. Right out of the gate in the second half, the Hokies add on to their lead. This is the biggest lead they've had in the ball game, up by 8. Keels wriggling underneath. And the 6'5" Moore puts it in here for Keels. Bancaro, the man right now. Great pass on the cut to Keels. They want Couture, but it's knocked away by Keels. Keels will lay it in.
Trying to check. The broad-shouldered freshman Trevor Keels who lays it in. That is 3. He's got 5. And that brings the Phoenix back to within 4.
And that's what they do, Doug. They take threes. They attempt 28 a game. They make 10 a game. This is a volume three-point shooting team.
Great prep around by Trevor Keels. He's got 4.
It actually ends up being a good prep for Duke.
Keels on the breakaway. 12 of Duke. ESPN app, 1 tap. Bancaro with the block. Roach. Keels. Duke leads by 15.
Three-point line necessarily, because that's what teams want. You want him with that size away. And his post-up game is good. Don't get me wrong.
Love that baseline out of bounds to find Keels for 2 more.
We're going to figure this out. We're going to work through it. We're going to use it to make us better. But he did. He spent the first 10 minutes talking about that mitigation and talking about COVID.
Keels rattles home the 3.
To start the year, Mike Schrage calls him their warrior. Plays with great energy. They've needed his leadership.
Shooter's roll for Trevor Keels. He is on some kind of roll with 15 points here on the.
They had. He's shooting the ball better from the perimeter. And he's been efficient again here today.
I'm sorry, Chris, although still only 1 for 4 from 3 today, but that does not deter the coaching staff from understanding those shots are going to fall more frequently.
Yeah, John Shire was saying that today. It'll come. There you see there. I mean, he's came into.
Amonasy will lay it in. Michael Amonasy to make it 4-0 as we check out the Duke starting 5. And they get on the board.
He is enjoying coaching this team, but he knows he's got a team capable of winning a national championship.
That would make anybody a little bit looser, but you're onto something there, this being the last year and how much he's enjoying all phases of it.
Between him in the summer of 2018, he was very quiet. He was loud in 2019. He was more of a leader. He was more vocal.
Keels will finish that one. Now.
Got a shoulder into Mark Williams, and oftentimes you've got to hit the big guy, especially a shot blocker, to make sure that he doesn't get to his maximum lead.
Keels looking to penetrate. Almost lost it, but dropped it in. 5'11" sophomore, but the follow is up and good. And keep an eye on number 20 for the Bulldogs. That is T.J. Madlock. That's the coach's son. And he's darn good, too, 6'3" freshman.
Absolutely, and got a game winner to his credit. Going on the road at South Florida. Coming up, so playing to be able to win not only in levels like this, but to be able to win MEAC championships, get his team into the NCAA tournament, and great experience for them coming to Cameron Indoor.
Swing on the baseline for Joey Baker, who's hitting about 40% from three-point land. And Duke with a 3.
Up as to whether or not, how well this team could shoot it this year.
Gary backs out for a 3. That won't drop for him. Keels, tough angle, but he lays it in. Here at Cameron Indoor. And Roach to bring it across for Coach K. Looking for career win 1,178 here tonight.
sweeping in and gets it to go, and he'll be at the
face up. You can actually get out of that, just sort of back dribble and take Theo John off the dribble.
Too deep and an easy layup off.
Body well. Branham is going to be, he's a good player now, but just a freshman. Went to St. Vincent St. Mary High School, the same high school that produced LeBron James.
Keels so strong, boy.
To go.
59-51. And they made their free throws. They have the lead here. 4 of 14. They've missed 10 of them.
That ball is good. Three-pointer, kind of a...
Tough to make a pass with 7-4 on you.
Keels for three.
See if you can get a sway. Here they go.
He was on the bench almost 9 minutes. Keels. Nice shot.
We told you the Citadel's going to launch threes all night long. That's what they've come out and done so far, Huck.
And the key thing, Duke has contested. You said it earlier. Those are contested threes.
Not a contest. Put up and in. Tyler Moff converts. Duke pushing the tempo. Theo John now settles play. Here's Trevor Keels on the drive. Takes it right into three defenders. Count it. Sophomore for Duke. Roach left open for three. Carroll offensive rebound. That's good. Now Lafayette right back in this game on an 8-0 run.
And the big thing, Jay, is they have not turned the ball over early on. Duke was capitalizing off of their turnovers. Right now, Duke has 11 points off of 12 Lafayette turnovers.
The defensive intensity's picked up from the Leopards. 10 seconds to shoot for Duke. Pull up, pop, Trevor Keels.
He had nothing else but to do but goaltend. Excellent execution on the offensive side.
Keels launches a three and hits it. Brantley, his first bucket. Hanging in the air and getting it to drop. Trevor Keels.
averaging just 61 points per ball game. Kareem Reed with an inspire.
Now Gardner-Webb obviously trying to go into Reed early, and the first one Williams blocked, and that one Williams I think really bothered that. It's hard to get the ball up over a 7-foot guy.
Trevor Keels and score Lance Terry. Gardner-Webb, they've now made 3 straight after going over to the prior 6.
That was some kind of move in transition by Terry. Running Bulldogs back to the man-to-man.
Keels hit one, right out of the shoot. This time taking his time. Shot clock's at 4. Keels has to fire. Second three-pointer for Green from Reed. Ball poked away, stolen. Here comes Dope. Trevor Keels, an easy one.
Really good under control move by Reed, who can use obviously both hands on the inside.
Keels, he's been the story offensively for Terry. Selden.
Selden is a guy who likes to shoot the 3. For his career, 70% of his field goal attempts are 3s. He's got a relatively low percentage. He's much better going to the goal. That's good ball movement by Gardner-Webb, though.
Here's Williams. He's already got 7 points. Whips it out. Keels. That is his shot. Keels in the paint. Beat continues. 16 points.
Back to live action. Here's Carolaro on the other end, who was involved with that play. Obviously no fault of his own whatsoever, just trying to defend as Keels was headed toward the rim. Already an eventful first 30 seconds here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Keels spots up for 3. That one is good. The floor. Keels, a three. Duke's fifth.
Of waiting, how nice it is to have people in the stands again and hear that sound as we get it underway. Duke winning the opening tip as we give you a look at the starting lineups, including Jeremy Roach, who's back, the sophomore, Trevor Keels, that talented freshman you were talking about, Wendell Moore, Mark Williams, the 7-footer. The first long one on the way by. And so the Blue Devils will have it on the baseline. More to check it in. Slick inbounds, and Keels with the finish. 36-25. Poked away. Keels collects, lays it in. Half a dozen points. So it was 13 at halftime. Duke in the lead. It's back to 13 now. Shovel pass here underneath Keels. Hung in the air and lays it in.
Exhibition games.
So far in the ballgame, Paolo Banchero being guarded by Keon Brooks Jr.
There's the finish.
Better and far more explosive. And Mike Krzyzewski was saying that what a play. Wow. Boy, that is.
Lays it in.
And he made himself available. Came from the right side of the lane to the left. And that was a great delivery by Wheeler.
Well, we talked about it, Jay. Jacob Toppin has really impressed John Calipari through the preseason and the exhibition games, and he is making a determined bid for a much larger role in the Wildcat frontcourt.
He's athletic, got good length. Brother's a pretty good player, too.
Yeah, and he's in the house watching him tonight. How about Keels?
The first half. But that looks more like the Keon Brooks that got off to a great start in that Kentucky Wesleyan exhibition.
His first points of the night, Jay, and Kentucky's first lead of the night.
Kentucky's playing with really good energy. Just making a couple plays on offense tends to, you want your team to, light their fire on defense. That's hard to do.
Boy, how under control the shot in the second half. 5 for 5. 5 for 6. As Washington had that one knocked away. And Keels with the speed and the strength.
These teams are really playing hard.
Washington knew he missed it, followed it, and as a result, nobody's back on Keels.
But he's not going to be out for long.
Duke right now without Paolo Banchero and Wendell Moore, both out with issues. The Moore one definitely looks like a cramp. Banchero can't be quite as sure, but he is back in the locker room. Keels inside, muscles it up and in.
Just a simple
Chet Holmgren, who had a big night tonight against Dixie State. It'll be a different test, obviously, against Texas, but Holmgren about 7 feet tall and rail thin, but supremely talented player.
Unbelievably skilled. Hasn't it been intense? It's just great to have the fans back.
Yeah.
This arena's been electric from the opening tap of the Kansas-Michigan State game to now.
Keels. We have seen it time.
For 44 points, 16 of 26 from the field.
61.5%.
Pretty good. It didn't take you any time to get that calculator out of your pocket, too.
And with 3.5 to go, Duke with the ball and a 9-point lead. A touch for Keels.
Posting up Xavier Wheeler.
And nothing Wheeler can do.